Right then.
Right then. Bon Jovi.
Even though I can't believe how many people there are already in the comments. So lovely to see you all here, and lots of our patrons and YouTube members. And I see, if I spotted Sandra there, who's got up mega early in Australia.
She is a darling, isn't she?
She is a darling. So excellent. Ken's here as well, and Exploring with Eric. Got so many people. So thank you all for joining us for our hours chat. We're going to be talking about, obviously, if you've got any questions for us from our P&O Iona trip, which was absolutely great fun to do, and hopefully you've caught up with our live that we did with Emma and Travel Blog Jamie, which was great fun. And obviously we've got exciting news because we're cruising again very soon, and we're going to let you know that in about sort of halfway through the live. So so let's have a look to see if we've got any questions as yet.
What Carol's going to try tonight is this new technique, and it's called trying to keep up with when people talk in the chat.
I know.
We're going to give it a whirl, see if we can stay as close to in real time as possible.
I know. So I'm going. So let's have a look. So Vic's. Here we are. Vic's asking a question. So hi there, Vic.
Hi, Vic.
He lives down the road from us, about 10, 15 miles.
Yeah.
So we're going on MSC Virtuous at the end of the next week. Having done mostly P&O cruises, will it be a bit of a culture shock?
Yes. Next question.
No, it won't be.
We haven't done the Virtuosa for, I bet it's 18
Well,
years.
it was right after, that was our first cruise after the pandemic. So that would have been 2021.
Now, one thing that will stand you in good stead, Vic, is if you find the assistant cruise director, whose name is Gavin. He's a very good friend of ours. So you go and say hello to him and say that Paul and Carole says hello, and he'll definitely look after you.
Yeah, he's lovely. He's been on there for a little while. Yeah. Hopefully, he was on there last week when we
so hopefully he'll be on there.
Yeah.
It will be a culture shock. It won't be as much of a culture shock because it's going out of Southampton. If you were doing MSC out of Italy, a foreign port, it would definitely be a culture shock. But what you'll find with MSC going out of Southampton is the majority of the people will be British. So it won't be as much of a culture shock. It is quite sort of loud and brash a ship, and beautiful in places as well.
Beautiful
and the LED or whatever they're calling it, the
big LED screen that goes all the way down the.
It's pretty stunning, to be fair. Yeah. So I want you to report back to me, Vic, really, and tell me what the entertainment's like, because there was lots of the elements of it we did enjoy, but again, like the Iona last week when we went on there was only 1,000 passengers, but. Nervous, to be honest. I don't know.
No, just go with an open mind and enjoy it. They've got some fab venues there. Make sure you go to the Mexican place on the it's not called the Piazza, the Plaza.
I believe it's called is it called Hola?
Hola, yeah. That's a specialty restaurant, but it's very cheap. It's less than £20.
I get told off by Jamie Robbins because I don't know whether it's Ola or Hola. He tells me not to pronounce the H, but when we went there, guy definitely pronounced the H.
Well, James is Spanish teacher, so he should know, shouldn't he?
Nah, he don't know nothing.
He does. So just go with an open mind. But yeah, do report back about the entertainment, because that's one thing I keep saying to Paul, come on, you can get some really good. It is really good value. The drinks package and that. And I'd love to just say, right, we're free next weekend. Let's go on the Virtuosa. Paul needs some convincing, so do come back with us and let us know what you think of the entertainment, because that'll be really, really helpful. So that's brilliant. So there's lots of people made it last, so that's great. And Alf is here as well, so that's good. Alf is going. I've got lots booked on the Iona. That's right, isn't he? He's got about 3 back-to-backs.
He's like an international jet setter. and an awesome pancake maker by the pictures I saw the other day. I'll say so. They look just like the ones my mum used to make. Maybe a little bit emotional just seeing them.
Tina's here, Karen's here, so that's brilliant. And Dot's from rainy and cold Southern California. Oh, really? So let's have a look. And Philip has made it today. So on the cruise monkeys and so many people. So let's see the next question. Otherwise, if I say hi to everyone, we tend to run out of time. So Andy and Carla here, looking forward to hearing about Iona. If you've got anything, any particular questions, then please do let us know, and we'll do our best to help them. Emma's here. So that's it. Who had the best cabin on Iona? Your big balcony, my conservatory, or somebody else? Good question, Emma, actually, because...
The question is somebody else, because we were very lucky to be invited to the best suite on the Iona. And it was definitely better than both our cabins put together. And it was bigger than both our cabins put together.
It was the Java suite. So I don't know if that's the top, but it was one of the highest grades of cabin. It was spectacular. It was an aft balcony. With a separate sitting room, separate bedroom, and a bit like if anyone's watched our Saga cabin tours, we had a suite, and it was a nice. It was a nice flow.
Not dissimilar to that.
Yeah, so I think actually their cabin won, wasn't it? However, our big balcony was great. Obviously, it was great to invite everyone round where we had bubbles when we were sailing away from Rotterdam. But I must admit, your conservatory suite, when we came to have a look around, I was really pleasantly surprised with it. I wasn't happy with, obviously, it overlooking the promenade deck, and you couldn't have direct views to the sea. But actually, as a space, I thought it worked really well.
As a space, it did work very well. But it's like Emma's dad said, when you go out on your balcony, you expect to be able to see the sea. But if you're on the deck that Emma was on, you can't see the sea. But that same cabin on higher decks, I wouldn't shirk away from having one, definitely, to be fair.
And I think what P&O do so well, and on the Iona, is the bathrooms. The bathroom's big. You've got a big shower with a glass door, and we loved our cabin on Iona. It was very, very comfortable. They're a bit skinny, aren't they? A bit on the skinny side.
A bit like us, really. But,
Oh dear. Right.
Hello from Denmark.
Hi there. Hi, Christina. Nice to see you here. So that's lovely too. Paul's just saying I went on the Fingal and Leith last Saturday. It was amazing. The moment you walked on board, they treat you like royalty. You and Paul would love it, and we'd love to see you vlog it. Yeah, when we see Landy and Kirsty's vlogs of it looks fantastic. Oh, I'm glad you had a great time. That's brilliant.
I'm sorry I have to go off.
Brits on Ships here, so that's great to see you guys. And hello from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Click that thumbs up button, everyone. Yes, please do that. Yes, YouTube likes that. Yeah, and Tina's saying to you, Vic, the pressure's on. You've got to come back to our lives and let us know.
So in 3 weeks' time, our live's going to be coming from Vic's house.
Yeah.
Well, it won't, because he won't be here in 3 weeks.
Brilliant. So lots of lovely people here. Jerry's in the house. We're both well. Thank you, Jerry. Hope you are too. And Alia and Mark's here, which is always great to have them here. And Spencer, we make you chuckle, which is always nice to hear. So
he had a group, didn't he?
Spencer Davis.
Yeah.
Who were they? Spencer Davis and the... No?
See, now, there's probably about 3 people. I guarantee Brits on a Ship will know that joke. Maybe Ken, I don't know. But so this gentleman's name's Spencer Davis, and there was a group called Spencer Davis Group. Carole's trying to think of some fangled name to go, and their biggest hit was "Keep on Running, Keep on Hiding."
I know that.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of the karaoke.
and the lead singer was Stevie Winwood, who lives in the Cotswolds. Any more information you'd like? Answer on a postcard. Good night.
Let's talk cruising. Any first-time cruiser, we booked an Arvia in September and have been watching all your previous vlogs. Hi there, Andrew. Arvia, we're looking to book on Arvia. We had such a good time on Iona. We definitely want to get on that in the next year. And
they're doing some, again, bit MSC like, they're doing some fabulous deals on their Caribbean. I'm turning to Carole, then Caribbean.
Yes.
And in case anybody don't know, it's been all over social media today, for the
name and ceremony.
They got Ollie Murs, they've got Sarah Cox, they've got somebody else, and Le Voix.
Yes, is Le Voix on there as well? Okay. But any tips for first-time cruisers? Go with an open mind. Don't go there. Just absorb everything. Check your daily program and try things that you wouldn't normally do. I think that's always my top tip.
I think, and it's just thinking back. Once you've done that cruise, you'll never be able to do that again, because you've got nothing at all to compare it with. So I'm almost a bit envious of you. Really. You've got nothing to compare it to. But the main thing, and Carole loves it, is organisation is the key. So like Carole said, get your daily program, because otherwise you'll just wander around and you'll be like in a daze, because there'll be so much going on here, there and everywhere. So you need, every night you'll get your your daily program outside your cabin, usually in a little sort of letterboxy type thing.
Yeah.
Have a study of that when in the morning before you go to breakfast, or take it to breakfast with you. Have a bit of a study, and depending on what you're into, if you like your entertainment, you like your quizzes, or this, that, the other, whatever you like, you can pick that out, and you can think, right, well, I definitely want to see this, I definitely want to see that, and you can mark the things off. And I think if it's like the Iona, you'll have to book stuff anyway. So
definitely, because there is so much going on. There was so much going on in Iona. In the end, we ended up cancelling the Limelight on the last night because we hadn't seen all the shows that were on. So we forgo Lee Mead we'd done the Limelight before, but so just plan.
But to give you some idea,
if you wanna,
to give you some idea. Sorry, I'm just writing something down. Because we cancelled Lee Mead, the only reason we cancelled that is because you've got to get there half an hour before if you want to get a decent table. He only really does an hour. Yeah. But you get there at 6:30, you don't come out till 10:30.
And we felt there was too much going on.
I know there's other stuff going on as well, but it was the same menu as well. So we declined, didn't we? Yeah.
But yes, just good planning. Just want to say thank you there, Rachel, for the super chat. Are you going on the Cruise Monkeys weekend? Do you think I should order a new liver? No, sadly we're not. We wanted to, but it's my sister's 60th birthday and we're off to Las Vegas, so otherwise we would definitely be there because we love the Cruise Monkeys, and that is going to be a fun weekend.
And yes, you will need
a new liver. So let's just go down here because I've seen Brits on a Ship mentioned about the conservatory. That's quite a good point. They do rate it as a mini suite for the cost they charge, but it's actually I don't think it should be stated as a suite. It should be like a conservatory balcony. But that's a really good point. So let's see where we were. God, there's so many questions, but hopefully we will. That was it, wasn't it? There. That's what you paid.
Yes.
So, and Ken was asking, were there queues for the MDR iron? We didn't find that.
We went fearing the absolute worst because we'd read all the nightmare scenarios on Facebook. Oh, I waited 3 hours. We used the main dining room more on that cruise than we did the last time we went on Iona. And worst case scenario, I think there was about 10 people in front of us, maybe 12. And I think they were in 3 groups. So it was like bang, 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 and they were gone anyway, and we were in. The speed of service was good. Not much.
We do tend to eat earlier, don't we?
We're
between 6 and 7.
We try and get there early doors.
Yeah. But we found, and actually the food in the MDR, I wouldn't say it was exceptional, but it was good. It was good. In fact, all the food we had on board. The only place that we didn't rate was the beach house, wasn't it? It was okay, but because they're now charging $9.50, we just didn't feel it warranted that extra cost.
We were whelmed. We weren't overwhelmed or underwhelmed. We were just whelmed.
And Travel John in Wales asked how was the service. Now, this is an interesting one because the service was efficient, and the only day it was a bit slow was boarding day, embarkation day. But otherwise, the service was mostly really efficient, but not smiley. It was, people were, very matter of fact and efficient and competent, but there wasn't that. Hi, my name's Tom. I'm here to do this. Not once in the dining room on any meal, apart from the Epicurean, did any of the waiters or anyone say, hello, my name's, so and so.
In the Epicurean, the guy comes straight up to us, big smile on his face.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Oh, hi, I'm whatever his name was, blah, 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 blah.
I wrote it down.
Myself and my colleague, so will be looking after you tonight. And he explained all about how long it's going to take, what you're going to do, blah, 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 blah. Everybody else, they turned up. And would you like some water? Would you like some bread?
Yeah, it was good.
But at no point, and you almost had to
tease banter out of them,
tease some conversation out of them. Yeah. I know they're busy.
Yeah,
but it just didn't.
But once you got to know them and had a bit of a joke with them, they were big smiles, weren't they? But I think they are so busy, but still, smiling. Like it was a bit bizarre.
There was no issues with the service.
No, it was good.
We felt, and that was. Ironically, on Azamara, apart from the issues we had, the staff, I've never seen so many staff smile on one cruise.
Azamara? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very, very happy. Anyway, we've got to rock on, look, because we've Brits on Ship are asking what was Paul's snack of choice on Iona. We tried not to snack, didn't we?
You know me, I never snack. I don't mind maybe a cherry tomato. Right, I'm going to tell you this story so as nobody else can talk badly about me.
We're still at 2 minutes past
7. I know, I'm going
to
say this and then Carole can get scrolling. Long story short, I had far too much to drink in Hamburg. I don't remember most of the
He had difficulty walking over a step. He was doing like a funny walk out of 40 Towers.
Couldn't negotiate steps, was in a bit of a pickle. When we got back on, we went to the Keys. I had fish and chips. I had a vegetable green curry, and then I had 2 spicy pork curries. So if this last class is a snack, my favourite thing on there was the spicy pork curry in the Keys. That was
the curries in the Keys were absolutely fantastic.
So that was my little snack of choice that night.
Yes.
Other than that, I was pretty good.
Yes, and then we had an early night.
We did, yeah.
So I just seen Scotters. There's Scott there who we met on Iona. Hi Scott, thanks for joining us. It was lovely to meet you. And we've already thank you for the tips about the campsites in the Lake District, because we're going away in our camper with our family, and we've booked the second one. We're trying to get in the first one, but they're not answering the phone, are they?
Yeah, we booked the. So we haven't booked the Moss, whatever.
Yeah, the second one.
We put the other one, but
so we're going to book both. Yeah. So hopefully we'll see you in May. Right? Have we ever done it silver sea? No, we haven't, but we would like to. They look a quality, don't they? Silver sea.
As soon as they're down to about £80 a night.
Yeah,
we'll be all
we're waiting for that elusive deal, aren't we? Sandra's asking, I booked Queen Elizabeth to Tasmania. Can you fly out and join me? We'd love to, Sandra, because we had such good fun. Sandra was one of the lovely people we met in Melbourne on our meetup, and we had such a laugh. But we would love to do that, and we'd love to go to Tassie, as they call it, in Australia. Maybe one day, Sandra, definitely one day. So let's have a look at the next question here. So, Cruising Gates, how's the Azamara saga going? We're all sorted. If you, we've had a response from them, and if you check our other lives, we go into more detail about it. But they've given us a compensatory cruise, which we're going to be taking the end of the year. So check back on our other live. So we're happy with the resort. Still miffed about why it happened, because it was so unnecessary. But
that's been the frustrating thing, because obviously and I say the royal we are editing videos which are still going out, which is our Azamara stuff, and then when we're still going through what we went through on there, so you're looking and it sort of brings it all back again, so it's a little bit like frustrating.
Bittersweet. He's got a good point. Jeffrey saying, come on, move on. Only one. So let's see. Sorry, didn't meet Carole. Sharon and Keith that you met on Iona. We met so many people. It was really good. Pete's here. Passion for cruises. Now, if you're solo travelers, these are Pete and Lizzie Lou. These are the people that you need to be watching, as well as obviously Cruising for One. They've got so much knowledge about solo cruising, and are now getting some really good deals.
And if you call him Passion Fruit, Pete, he'll give you a special discount.
Oh, we had such a laugh, didn't we? Honestly, it was brilliant. Iona, it was such good fun. So Robert's asking, do you guys come home for a bit to do laundry, or do you do it on the ship?
We
do it
at home. We did have some done on Azamara because it was in with the deal, but we usually do it at home. But we might have to do some on the next ones, which we're going to be talking about once Carole scrolls to the bottom of this thing.
Chris and Sue are asking about her villa. Now, the reason I've clicked on this question is because I know Cruise with Amber is it looks like she's on a press trip at the moment. We don't know much about her villa.
Oh, and Dave Monk's on there.
And Dave Monk's on there. So make sure you check those out on Instagram, and they'll be able to do that. Tim's asking about going on Sky Princess July, first time Princess. They have posh nights at P&O. Yes, they do. And majority of people do dress up, don't they?
Yeah, it's like a dress to impress night, yeah.
So Grace saying, love the way Carole says aft. So let's just go back down to here just to see what let's get back to these questions. I'm going so fast. Ian's asking, will we ever go on a world cruise?
No.
Not on one ship.
No.
But I would love to.
No.
But I would love to do.
No.
I would love to cruise ship hop.
Unless Carol's got some money squirreled away that I don't know about, or we win the lottery.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe.
I don't know why.
Daniel's on the Grandiosa. I'm naughty. Put my fan on. So it's that wonderful age. So so Grandiosa. So have a good time. Renato's here. And how long before you embark? Don't know. So if anyone's been on the MSc Virtuoso, if you could answer Millie.
I know we've been on there, but
but it's a while back.
But when we went on there was only 1,000 people, so you didn't have to book anything.
Yeah.
But Cruise Monk is a no, because obviously they've got their group thing. So
yeah, they might be a good person to ask. And then Tony's here. Hi, Tony. Remember to set the alarm this week. Off to my first celebrity cruises. Well, enjoy. Yeah, Tony was at the Melbourne meet as well, which was lovely to meet you. So yes, enjoy. So that's great. Alfie's on about the outside cabins. Yes, lots of people, they've got a window seat where you can obviously sit by the window.
They've thought of that name well, haven't they? Really, they've thought it out well.
So yes, that is a good option. And we booked a balcony for our cruise in February because we hadn't used onboard credit we needed to use up. But in reality, if you're going somewhere like a cold cruise like that, I would happily have one of the window cabins. That wouldn't be a problem at all. James, we've answered that about service, so we felt it was good overall, but not as smiley as it should be. So travel with Lizzie Lou, we just mentioned talking about you, so that's it.
And cruising with the 4 Bs just past there as well, which you wouldn't think.
Yes.
And we met 2 of the Bs.
Yes. So that was lovely too.
And it was nice to meet you too.
We've got Spiderlog. What were your favourite place things you did at the ports we called at on a half-term Iona cruise?
We
Hamburg is a bit of a.
Apparently, I did something in Hamburg. If anybody's got any I do. This is when you I'm telling you, kids, drinking isn't big or clever, because when you see pictures the next day of you arm wrestling Emma Cruises, and then and you're thinking like, what did I do that?
It was great fun.
So yeah, it was great, and we love Rotterdam as well. So you've got to. I'm going to try and put it out and get it down to under a minute. But I've managed to edit my first ever Insta360 video. Not my first ever video I've done, but I managed to do this. And it's the water taxi from the cruise port to the whatever it's called. Euromast. And it is I'm not saying my video is fabulous, but it is an absolute treat to do that. It's just so much fun. And what you need to do, apparently, because we didn't know this, but our good friend Matthew, if you download the water taxi app, you can hail a water taxi, which is what we did. And it was brilliant. And obviously there's the Markthal, which is the big indoor food hall, which is spectacular. There's the Cube houses. There's loads of stuff there.
Yeah, Rotterdam's probably one of our favourite places. And we feel quite at home now when we go there, don't we? And we got an Uber there very easy, which was from the Markthal back to the ship was €9, wasn't it, for the four of us?
We're like down with the tech.
Cruiser Phobie's asking our overall thought. We enjoyed it. We really enjoyed our time on Iona, and I remembered what a good time we'd had on P&O before. So we'll definitely be cruising with P&O again in the future. Rudy says, so glad to meet you. So that's lovely. And Cruise Monk saying karaoke with Paul and Carole, a new YouTube channel in the making.
Only if half of that, half
of
those people sing. And if Carole sings, oh my God. Well, it might be one of them ones, where it's bad is good. I don't know.
And Vic's going to report back, so thanks for that. So we've got Digit Man Ken from Michigan. We've got ice-covered trees and power lines. We'd much rather been on cruise, definitely. Yeah. And Scott has just said, we've said about the cruise deals on Avia. Yeah, 6, 7, 9 for Easter.
Fabulous, yeah.
That's for 2 weeks.
For the last, I'm not. For 1 second, the last 2 years we've had since Carole retired has been absolutely fabulous, and we've gone properly bonkers going on cruising. But what we were supposed to have been doing for the last 2 years is getting late deals.
Yeah.
This is now, hopefully, what we're going to try and do. Once we get these next 27 cruises out of the way that we booked, and then we're going to start doing
this might be a good time now, mightn't it, to say about our next cruise, which is very exciting. Yes. So, next week... In fact, we fly out Wednesday, isn't it, of next week?
No, we fly out Thursday. We're going to the airport on Wednesday.
Yes.
I hope that's right, because that's when I've arranged the lift to take us out.
So we're heading to Heathrow on Wednesday. Excuse me. And we are flying to Miami, baby. We're so excited because I haven't been to Miami since when I worked on cruise ships in 1990.
And I haven't been to Miami
ever.
since ever.
Exactly. And what we're going to do, we're going to Miami, we're staying there for 3 nights, and then we are joining a brand new cruise line for us, which I think is going to sort of blow our mind, but in different ways. And we are cruising with Carnival. We're on the Carnival Celebration, one of the newest ships, and we're spending a week on there cruising to the Caribbean. I think we go to St. Martin, Puerto Rico, and Amber Cove, Dominican Republic. And
you weren't looking at me then for confirmation,
no, I did write them down. I'm sure that's right.
We have actually been on this ship because we were very fortunate to do a sort of a half, 3/4 of a day visit.
Yes.
And when it was sailing out of Southampton on its inaugural, I believe.
Yes, that's where we met exploring with Eric.
Yeah,
he came and said hi.
So we sort of know what to expect. And when we went away after half a day on there, we were like, ooh,
that's a bit loud.
So we got 7 days of that. So.
And we've been told as well, we think it's spring break in America. Woo! So it's going to be, oh my gosh. So I think we're going to either be hiding. We booked a nice aft cabin. So I thought we got some space where we can go and hide if it all becomes too much. But I'm sure it'll be great fun.
I think it's going to be great.
And then we get off there. And excitingly, we're going to get an Uber to Fort Lauderdale, where we're going to get on another cruise ship called... Drum roll, please, Paulie Morgan. You got the drum. He's got a drum. Holland and America, New Amsterdam, and we're very excited about that. So we're going from Carnival to Holland and America, which is a very more traditional type of cruise, and we're cruising with the Cruising Canucks, and we're really, really excited about that because we've been talking with them online, and we were on their live on Sunday. We stayed up till midnight because they're from Canada and went on their live. So do check that out. I've put a link to the description of this live. They're a lovely couple that we just laughed so much, didn't we? Yeah, we were talking for a bit before the live, but it was just brilliant. So so that's exciting. Then we get off, we spend some more time in Fort Lauderdale, and then we fly home. So we're away for 3 weeks altogether, aren't we?
We are.
So how exciting that. So if you've been exploring with Eric's been really, really helpful with all his tips about the celebration. But if you've got any tips for Miami, Fort Lauderdale, or any of those 2 ships, then just do please let us know.
And to go back in the style of Notting Hill to Brits on the Ship, if you'd like to ask your question again, what's your favourite snack? My favourite snack, I'm already predicting on the Carnival celebration, is going to be Shaq's Chicken Shack.
Yes.
The basketball player Shaquille O'Neal, who's about 9'7", he opened up in America a chain of chicken restaurants.
That's right.
And he's got some of them on some of the Carnival ships. And I only walked through it, but I could see what was on offer, and it looked bloody delicious.
Yes, that's going to be so much fun. So Kirsty's saying as well, there's lots of deals, for Avia. Grace is asking, is it P&O Brit heavy? Yes, it is. If you're sailing out, well, I think it is, regardless of where you're sailing out, isn't it? Because it's a British cruise line. Yeah. You like it when there's a lot of American. We do. Well, we like both, actually. It's really nice to... I think with the P&O, everything's so familiar and it's so easy, and that's nice. But I agree, it's nice.
I don't think there's anything on there that obviously they do cater for the British, but there's nothing on there that, I know it sounds like a daft thing to say, there's nothing on there that the Americans and the Canadians wouldn't get. I think all the shows and when they got comedians on, I think it's all stuff that sometimes you see American humor, Britons might not get it, and vice versa. And I think it's there's definitely something that would capture everybody's imagination.
We had Gareth Oliver on, and if you ever get the chance to see him, he's a ventriloquist comedian, and he was hysterical.
He was on Britain's Got Talent. How unfortunate is this? He was on Britain's Got Talent, and the person that auditioned, literally the person in front of him, was Susan Boyle. Yeah. And he said that when she went on there, he expected her to be walking back off in about 5 seconds, because he said, oh my God, she's as mad as a box of frogs. And then she went on and, well, she didn't win, but she came second. But yeah, so if you can remember when Susan Boyle was on there, that's how long ago he was on there, but he's fantastic.
Yeah, Donna's here. Hi, Donna. I've been looking at your lovely face today because I've been editing our Perth vlogs, which is us waving madly in the back of your car. So that was great. It feels like on your latest Iona that lots of people upgrade, so they upgrade at a percentage of the lower cabin classes. Yes, it seems that way. I think an Emma Cruises that's here was upgraded, and I think the Cruise Boys were as well. We weren't upgraded. But they put people that have booked the inside cabins up to bigger crates, and then they sell off the inside cabin. It appears to be that way.
Yeah, what we were led to believe was they were upgrading people, so then they could have a bit of a splurge on sale prices for the insides to sort of try and fill the ship up, which I think is a fairer thing to do, because I think the people that committed earlier should get the benefit of that, rather than somebody books a week before they go and they end up in like a humongous balcony cabin for like threepence halfpenny. I think that's a good way of doing it.
Banjo Tony is here again. It's nice to see you, Paul. How are we getting on with your Insta 360? You're getting there now, aren't you? You're
I made last night. I've been trying to edit stuff. Emma's boyfriend Jono gave me a few tips, which didn't go in at all. And last night, well, he didn't, because obviously I didn't know what I was doing. He had some great tips, but my brain didn't.
You've got to let things out. Remember, Paul,
I had to let out Kajagoogoo and an ABC song to fit some information in. But last night I made leaps and bounds, and I'm now confident I know how to do the editing process, of a simple editing process.
Yeah.
So now I feel I can start moving forward and trying to do other stuff. But I haven't got any tips here at all, not yet.
Emma's saying yes, she didn't get the sweet books because it is classed as a suite. I've just come home and started reading the list and realised what I missed. Yes. So if you are in a suite, you do get certain things. Morster's asking, what's the drinks package like? Did you like them? We didn't have the drinks package, but Paul's literally just updated our drinks package on our website.
You could check it out now.
Yes. Now. Well, he's actually, everything's gone up. Most of the drinks have gone up. He's just done spa prices, which some have gone up, and the laundry prices have all gone up, haven't they?
Yeah, since we went on
Iona.
Which is 15 months ago.
Yeah.
16 months ago. Virtually, and we're talking 95% of the drinks have gone up. Everything on the laundry list has gone up, and either the spa treatments have gone up, or
they're less minutes.
The times have come down.
Yeah,
which basically means it's gone up.
Yeah, but just go visit paulandcarole.loveToTravel.com, and you'll see it on our front page. The drinks package and all the prices are on there. Emma's just saying about the MDR. Yeah, you still have 30 people in it. Didn't take long. I know the service was good, wasn't it? Marcy's asking about the promenade, the balconies, if they're higher. Yes, the higher ones, because you don't, on the promenade, they've got a glass screen all around. So if you can get above that screen, then you'll have a sea view, but it's still a setback sea view, isn't it?
I'm sure you'll see in one of Emma's upcoming videos, it'll give you the perfect perspective of what they're like, because Emma managed to film a couple of village idiots going past her cabin. So that'll give you the ideal opportunity to see what your view would be from there.
You might recognise them.
Yeah. I think they're called Dumb and Dumber.
Train driver Car's asking, Paul, what did you do for work before you retired?
Oh, sorry. I haven't retired,
no.
Believe it or not. I've been in the motor trade for 32 years, and I realised today that the public still annoy me as much now as they did 32 years ago with the stupid questions they ask.
So let's just see. Where was we? There we are. So, yeah, there's Vicky there as well. Great to meet you too. Yes. It's friendly and chatty in real life. Oh, thank you. Counting down to Arvia. Yeah, lots of people are going on Arvia. And Cruise Monkey is saying about the smiley thing. We never really had that on any of our P&O cruises. Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? Because they're pleasant.
Yeah,
but it's just,
and we had this conversation with a lot of other people on that cruise, and I thought, are we imagining this? And everybody said the same. You couldn't, there was nothing, he didn't come out with his thumb in your soup or, tip food over you. Everything was as it should be.
Yeah.
But with a bit of a surly look on their faces, really.
Jerry's going on the Cruise Monkeys cruise. If you want to know, you obviously just follow the Cruise Monkeys. A lovely couple of guys that will give you all the details. But it's a 4-night cruise on MSC Virtuosa. But we would definitely be on board if we hadn't got other plans. Neil's asking, what cruise lines would you say are similar to Marella? Only have a cruise with 2 in Marella. P&O. We were really impressed with the entertainment on P&O. The theatre. I can't remember what it's called, Centre Stage. I know the standard was amazing.
Carole says, you say that every time.
Yeah, well, you do.
But this is why you don't be a grumpy Paulie Morgan. We saw, when we went on Iona 18 months ago, 16 months ago, whatever it was, they had a new show on there, which Jonathan Wilkes wrote, called Festivals. And we watched that show, and we thought it was awful. We thought it was one of the worst things we'd seen for many a long day. So when we went on the cruise this time, that show was on there again, and we didn't even bother to go and watch it. And then we spoke to Emma and Tristan out of the Cruise Boys and Pete and Lizzie Lou, and they said, "Oh, it was really good." And we're thinking, like, was it really good, or are they, did it suit their taste or whatever? So, I'm not.
No, I think it seems that it has been.
But entertainment is in the eye of the beholder. So on the last night, we realised that we hadn't seen a production show at all. So that's why we cancelled the Limelight Club, and we ended up doing, in the space of what would have been one visit to the Limelight Club, we saw 3 shows. So we saw Gareth Oliver for a second album, which was well worth it. He was brilliant. We saw the Tribute, which was like an aerial show in the dome, which we thought was great. Not the bird pecking one, that's rubbish, but the other one. And we saw the production show, which was called
Centre Stage.
And I have to say, that team, oh my, they were absolutely spectacular.
We thoroughly enjoyed it.
Brilliant.
Emma saying you drank so much you beat about Russell, which, yes, that's true. Have we been on a Disney ship? No. And we're not likely to, because unless it was very, very cheap, because we can't justify the cost of Disney. And we like Disney, but it's not on the top of our list at all, is it? No. So let's have a scroll down. Scott saying all the cakes, yes, they were delicious. Gained 10 pounds. We were quite good, weren't we? Well, we were quite good. Paul got on the scales to weigh, and he broke them.
And the scary thing is, Scott, this is before we went away. I made a proper effort since we came back from Australia, and I was making great guns. And we bought brand new scales, and we got on it. When you stand on it, it's like a bloody rev counter is going like this. I thought, well, I ain't supposed to be doing that, so I did a bit of sort of one of them on there to sort of make it do something.
And he broke it.
It broke.
Christine's asking, when you put your next Azamara vlog out, episode 5 is out tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So yeah, every Friday now at 6 o'clock, and then we've got a cabin review, because we moved from the aft cabin back to our old cabin. So we're putting a cabin review in there as well, but we're busy editing those. So, but I'm really enjoying being back in Australia. It was fab. Cruising Tip said he thought we might have forgot Passion Fruit Pete.
That was Jamie Robbins' fault, by the way. It wasn't me.
Paul saying, you're looking good, Paul. Have you lost weight? P.S. You look good too, Carole. We're just consciously trying to eat. We're trying to eat more plant-based food, and I made a cottage pie yesterday, and the topping was spectacular, wasn't it? But I still can't get our heads around the mince that's soya. It just doesn't.
Carole made, so I know this is like, cruise and whatever, but you asked the question, so I'll tell you. Carole made a top end, and it was carrot, swede, parsnip, leek, and it was spectacular. The only thing that ruined it was the meat underneath, which was plant-based, whatever. And I said to Carole, I wish really she'd have just done 2 lots of topping and not bothered with the meat on the bottom. Yeah. And then we had some Linda McCartney sausages, and honestly, that was one of the worst things I've ever had in my life, I think.
It was
like chewing on a crocodile's tail.
It wasn't. Travel with Lizzie Lou's just answering Millie's thing on virtual book shows when you're bored on the app. So when you're bored, put phone on airport mode. Yeah. So there we are. Yes, that's right, Robert. Window seats by the window. So cruiser tips. Pete saying, passion fruit Pete, sorry, is saying Emma's the reigning champion. So who's next?
For what? What, for arm wrestling? I wasn't. She has no way she. I can't believe that. She didn't beat me, did she?
Well, I think it was a draw. I'm being sitting on the fence here. As Cruise Monk says for show speciality, you buy pre-cruise and book once on board. Go straight to Indochina to book jet. So there we are. And Bristol Ship says Carole looks bigger than a borrower on this Insta. Yes. Oh, it's great, but that 360 thing, I think it just gives you, we're not going to use it for our regular vlogging and stuff. I'll still use the GoPro and our phones for the majority of things, but it gives you quite unique views, doesn't it, of the ships, which we're really enjoying.
Not, I know lots of people love it, but we're never going to be doing one of them swirly wordy like the ships made out of a 45-gallon drum. We're not going to be doing any of that.
Well, you might do. You might decide you might like it one day.
I don't want to.
If one decides not to disembark on port day for Iona cruise, our restaurants and bars open as usual?
Yes, they are.
They are the majority. Not always the restaurants. They don't always open the main dining rooms, but they will be always somewhere where you can eat and drink.
But if you go back to what we were saying about the daily program, go to the food section, and it will tell you which main dining rooms are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Obviously, all of them are open for dinner, but some of them are only, I think there's 4. 1 or 2 might be open for breakfast, 1 or 2 might be open for lunch, and then all of them are open for dinner. Unless, like there was on our cruise, there was a wedding, and then the one restaurant was just closed because the wedding party was in there.
Yeah. Talking of weddings, the Cruise and Canucks have just come back off the Sky Princess and their daughter got married on there. And they're just putting out a set of videos and vlogs about all the, obviously, logistics of getting married on a cruise ship and obviously their vlogs. So if you're interested or planning to get married on a cruise ship, make sure you check their videos out. Tina's asked about the 360. What is the 360? It's a camera about this big that has 2 lenses either side, and it is like magic. I don't know how it works, but you have it
has 1 lens either side.
What did I say?
2 lenses either side.
Well, I don't know. Lenses
it's got 1 each side.
But so it has a selfie stick that the AI. What do you call that? Artificial? No.
Long story short, if you were holding the camera like that, it would, without me moving the camera, it would video every single thing in this room, up, down, sideways, backwards, whatever. So anything it can see with the 2 lenses, one on the front, one on the back, it can video.
Exactly.
And then when you go to the editing process, which I'm only just learning how to do, it gives a great effect. I'm going to try and put this short together within the next couple of days, where I'm going to try and get it down to it. I tried doing it on time lapse, but it made Carole feel ill because she felt it was too fast.
Yeah.
So I'm going to edit it down to a minute, and I'm going to put it out as a short. So keep your eye out for that, and it'll give you an idea of what you can do with it. Like, you're facing forward, then you're facing behind, and then you're looking at something else. It's fabulous. I love it.
Yeah, it's exciting. Jolly Rob's here. Green Giant.
Oh.
And Nick's saying he's going on Anthem of the Seas with a virtual balcony. Have you tried one? Keep up the great work, Nick and Janet. No, we haven't tried a virtual balcony, but they do look interesting. So let us know how you get on. Anthem of the Seas, great ship. We loved our time on board there, didn't we? It was great fun.
We did, but I think I broke 3 ribs on the bumper car, so be careful.
Yes, that was rough, wasn't it? I had a strap mark, didn't I? Red mark.
There's the old saying, you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
I went out and I was smashing everybody, and then with about 30 seconds to go, the other 25 people that were on the bumper track decided to gang up on me.
On me? I was there too.
Oh no, you were well for a start wedging us in the same car. Was like it was like one of them clown cars. They had
to shoehorn us out of there, wouldn't it? Tracy, get ready to party, hearty, for Carnival. And Stuart's saying, make sure you go to visit Havana 1957 if you're around South Beach. I shall write that. I'll go through the comments after and write that down.
I've got to go to South Beach because that's in that song, isn't it?
I don't know, is it?
Yeah, getting jiggy with it or something.
Yes, I don't know. Can't wait to hear about Carnival. I hope you remember it, Paul.
Cheers, Pete.
And Cruise Maker saying, expect a long wait at TSA. What's TSA? Is that the terminal? Take lots of money from Miami. So yeah, we've heard that. So, but do let us know. TSA, am I being really thick?
That's probably, is that like I
don't know. Because it could get messy, possibly. So let's see. Prepare yourself for the rudest staff in the world at Miami Airport. Oh, really? Oh.
Ooh.
Jolly Rob saying, is Carnival ship when they're based in RV or Iona? I believe so. I believe it is. So I can't say for.
I can't say because I haven't got a clue.
We've got a lot of people in Canada that follow us that we've got to know, including Kevin, and it's lovely. They're a bunch of lovely people. Brits and Ships Carnival Survey said, was it easy to book a US-based Carnival cruise from? Yeah, easy. Our travel agent, Dan, as you know.
Dan the man sourced it all out.
It was him that spotted it because we wanted to book the New Amsterdam to cruise with the Cruising Canucks. And you know what I mean. Well, while we're there, and Paul's like, really? And I said, well, I'm not going flying to Miami for a week. I think it's too much for us. And Dan said, well, let me have a look and I'll see what I can come up with. And he said, come up with a Carnival celebration.
Yeah,
we're like, perfect. So a bit of madness on Carnival and then tradition on Holland America. Jason saying, can you please film Paul Arm Wrestling people as Paul Arm Wrestling World Tour? You can start a new channel. Paul's asking, on Black Tie Night, will you get away without a dark suit? Yes.
Yes, you will.
You can wear whatever you like. It does say dark suit on the programme.
On Black Tie Night, I wore my black tie out, and then because I'm very unsociable, I went back to the cabin to watch the Spurs game, and then went back out about 11 o'clock at night, and I had a shirt and a pair of trousers on, and I went to the Crow's Nest, and the man behind the bar refused to serve me because I didn't have a tie on. Despite the fact that there was about 75 men in there without a tie on, he decided he didn't want to serve me.
But he did say at the door.
Even a random stranger came to my rescue, and it was just one guy behind the bar was having a bit of a show.
Yeah, but it did say formal wear. Yeah. You didn't listen, so you were wrong.
Yeah, what else? But the good news was he put my Thatcher's Gold on the counter very begrudgingly. I forgot to bill me for it.
Also, make sure you go for a drink at the Drexel and dinner at Taverna. Both really lovely places. Hope you're not staying at the Chelsea. No, we're not.
I could never stay at the Chelsea even if somebody paid me.
Train driver car saying, hi there, what cruise company did you work for? I worked for Celebrity Cruises, way back in the 90s. And Johnny Rob saying, yes, the music venues on America. We're really looking forward to that.
Really looking forward to that. And the good news is, because we're going with the Cruising Canucks,
yes,
they're big into their music as well.
Yeah,
so
it should be fun.
That's one of the many things I'm looking forward to. Obviously, we won't be able to video any of that because there'll be too much music. But we've seen what the venues can be like, because we also did a HAL visit.
We did in Plymouth.
So yeah.
Jack saying, off to the Caribbean on Royal Discover next week. Largely, brilliant. We love Discovery. I still think that's one of that's got such precious memories from there, from when we started cruising. So one of our favourite ships.
Gavin Carole, who's now assistant cruise director on the Virtuosa, was cruise director on the Discovery when he was on there.
And Paul's saying, do you always stay the night before the cruise embarks? We tend to, if we can, because, like you say, I like to start the holiday a day early, but it does take out all that stress. So, yeah.
We went, end of last year, it was when all them idiots were gluing themselves to the road, and we went up the night before, and when we were queuing up for our flight, there was two ladies got in the queue, kept running up, and they'd set off on the morning. And
plenty of time.
And the M25 was blocked by people who've got nothing better to do.
All right,
gluing themselves to the road. And this woman, in the end, she was busting for a wee, so she had to climb over the barrier of the M25 and go and have a wee behind a tree.
She did.
And then there was news helicopters there, and she said, "Oh, I hope they didn't see me."
Yes, we're prepared for that.
We were prepared, so we went the night before, yes.
Yeah,
no kettle?
On Carnival, no. We're not expecting it. So Morris has arrived. Hey, Morris. We did have a great time on Iona. So let's have a look.
We're only 20 minutes behind. That's really good for us.
No, I've been...
Webb's
Webbs, hey there. When you're getting your lovely motorhome again, love all your vlogs.
Well, I don't know whether when you asked that question, if we'd already said, but thanks to a guy on there, Scott.
Yes.
We've booked a couple of we've booked one, and I'm in the throes of booking another campsite for the middle of May.
Yeah.
Right on the edge of the Lake District, which will be our first ever visit.
We've never been there.
Don't know whether we'll be blogging about it or vlogging, or we might be doing stuff. I don't know. We'll see how we go.
We might do, because lots of people ask us for our motorhome vlogs. So
the magic of
Andrea and Ian here, the magic of Ian Shaw. We met Andrea and Ian on Iona, and we spent a lot of time with them actually, and lovely company. If you're Ian's a fantastic magician who did some tricks for us, which we videoed. He did a private show in our cabin, didn't he?
He did,
and it blew our mind. And we've got a video. Once we've done all our Asmara stuff, we're going to put our Iona stuff out. And one of the videos we're going to put out is this short, it's only about 10-15 minutes video. And it was brilliant. So if Ian does a lot of work with NCL. He's got lots of cruises planned with NCL. So if you are on an NCL cruise, then make sure you do check out the magic of Ian Shaw, because he's fantastic. And a very nice bloke too. And Andrea's great fun.
I think it might have been because of him and Andrea that I got drunk in that pub.
Do you think so? So you're blaming...
I think he might have hypnotised me.
Or Emma's dad, Paul, he was a bad influence too. Yeah. You were all... it was great fun though, wasn't it? Lots of people saying about booking Arvia late. Yeah. So let's see what we've got. March and April, P&O prices and may go up again. Oh, good to know then. So if you are planning, maybe the time to book. Paul was saying about the smiley thing. But yeah, I think they were doing more jobs and tasks, because P&O now don't do the turn down service in your cabin. And we were talking to our cabin steward, Remy, who was lovely, wouldn't he? And they do get asked to go elsewhere to work around the ship.
Because I was quite shocked about that. Because somebody said, "Oh, have you seen your cabin steward anywhere in the evening working?" And I'm like, "What?" He said, "Oh yeah." He said, "That's why they don't do the turn down now, because they're expected to take other tasks."
Cruz and Pete saying that I heard the crew was smiling when we all left the ship. Yeah, probably.
No, they were laughing out loud.
And I know it's not PC to ask this, but were there smoking air on Iona?
Yes, there was. It was. If you were,
it was behind.
It's quite close to where the crow's nest is. It's the deck below the crow's nest, up that end of the ship.
Yeah.
So that'd be towards.
So about deck 16ish, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but quite a big area there. Yeah.
And Dale was saying festival's great. Yeah, I think they've revamped it a little bit. But again, shows some people enjoy one thing.
But I got to be honest, I think when we saw it, it was quite new. And I think the show team had only recently been put together. So I might be being a bit hard on them. The show team that's on there now is one of the best I've seen. They're really, really good, to be fair. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that it's a lot better than when we saw it.
Yeah, Tina's saying she found 2 areas, one at the very top and one at the rear. There was one by the what was the big lounge at the back? Because remember we were sat in there, we smelled smoke. Really nice big lounge. What's it called?
Yeah.
Someone tell us in the comments. You know the ones we mean. Austin's asked if we missed you. You have. We're off to the Caribbean with Carnival and Holland America. So next week. Woo! The guys from Belfast. You did a good. Can you do your Belfastian accent?
No. I know. Is it really that? Because all I think is.
No, we're not taking the mickey. Honestly, we loved your accent. Your accent is just beautiful.
I just think of Jim McDonald. Jim McDonald, soul ass. Elizabeth, soul ass.
That's from. If you want to explain, people don't know. Is that Coronation Street?
Yeah, that's. How long ago I watched Coronation Street.
Exactly. But no, it was lovely to meet you guys too. Yeah. But yeah, great cruise, not so smiley service.
Obviously, they won't talk to us ever again now I've done that terrible Northern Ireland accent.
And definitely not been the same since tips are not included. Yeah, it's weird because we sat there after, I don't know, about 4 or 5 days. So is there anywhere one that's shone that we felt we wanted to give a tip to on top of, because obviously tips are all included now. And we didn't. Well, we did give some to our cabin stew because he was lovely, wasn't he? But no, there wasn't anyone that shone really. And Danny Dunham also said, you did hear someone mention Disney, but not for us at the moment.
Only fleetingly. Once it's down to 40 quid a night, we're all over it. So that's that and Silverseas, isn't it? 40 quid a night and we'll go.
Say that again?
Once Disney and Silverseas are down to 40 quid a night, we'll be...
Exactly that. Yeah. Check out our website because we've got all that information on there, Wolfie. So...
yeah, because it's all down to what you drink. But if you go to paulandcarollovetotravel.com and search P&O cruises, there's a whole list of stuff on there.
Yeah, just go to our P&O page.
Drinks prices, spa prices, laundry prices, etc.
Specialty restaurants would go 5 minutes, Paulie. So we'd definitely say Epicurean, we loved it, but make sure it's going to take about 3 hours of your time. Beach House, we wouldn't do it again. It was okay. And Olive Grove didn't blow us away this time. It blew us away last time, and it was just okay as well, wasn't it?
But I'll tell you what's fabulous, and you don't think of it as a specialty restaurant, but I suppose if you've got to pay, it is, and that's the Keel and Cow. That was amazing.
Oh yes, Keel and Cow was
excellent. Get yourself in there, and it's good because you just pay for what you have.
Pay per dish, which I really like.
There's no
that's
that's not a cover charge.
Much better, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's see, where are we?
I can't look at that scrolling.
I know, I'm scrolling fast. So Audentio saying, long time viewer, first time commenter. Well, great to have you commenting. Keep up the great content. If you could only have a cruise one line again, which would you pick and why? Oh, that's hard, that is. Cunard. Oh, Morella. Celebrity.
Maynard.
That's a real difficult one.
My favourite cruise of the last couple of years was on the Celebrity Beyond, but I've only been on
we've only
once. So
twice you've done.
Don't make us pick.
That's so hard. Cruising tips, Pete. Don't remind me of the sausages post. I'm gonna.
Oh my god! Yeah, I forgot about that.
That was at the midnight buffet, wasn't it? Or the late buffet. Worst.
In all fairness, I take it all back. I cast aspersions on the late great Linda McCartney. That sausage I had on P&O was worse than those Linda McCartney ones. At least you could chew the Linda McCartney ones. You couldn't even chew those ones that Pete's on about.
Jackie's on Wonder of the Seas at the moment. Oh, exciting. That's Falmouth. A big... We want to get on one of those big ships.
Falmouth, Jamaica.
Yeah, not Falmouth, England. Can you imagine Wonder of the Seas at Falmouth? They can't even dock anyone.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
You wouldn't be able to see Falmouth.
Is this a tender port?
Spencer's asking about solo cruising. Check out Cruising for One and Cruising Tips Pete and Lizzie Lou. They're the people to find out about.
Passion Fruit Pete to sort you out.
Yeah. So, Kirsten saying yet to find a decent plan. Yeah. So let's have a look. We've got a couple of minutes left. So let's see. Oh, Kevin's very smart. He's got 280-degree cameras that the software stitches together digitally.
That's pretty much what I said, though, Kevin, isn't it, really? It's got a thing on the front, thing on the back, and everything it sees, it records. You said it much better, I have to say.
Question on a 4th May accident for an anniversary. Is cheeky to... No, it's not cheeky to tell them. When we book, if we're going away for a special thing, we ask our travel agent to just put a note if it's your birthday or anniversary, because they may well give you a little...
You might get a little cake in your room.
Yeah.
Or you might get
it's not cheeky.
If you say nothing, you'll definitely get nothing.
Exactly.
But if you say something, you might still get nothing, but you might get something.
Exactly. Cruise Boys are here. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Finally made it home from work. So, let's see what else we got. Oh, security. Thank you. TSA is security.
Oh.
So yeah, of course, going into the US is always difficult, isn't it, with the immigration? Yeah, everyone's. See, we learned something new today, look, Paulie.
Well, it makes you realise how far we are behind on the questions we are.
No, we're only 10 minutes.
Because Cruise Monkeys told us that 3 hours ago.
No, they didn't. Have we heard any plans? Hi, Joanne. Have you heard the plans for MC and then 119-day cruises? No, we haven't, and no, we wouldn't. 24 days on one ship was enough for us with this Azamara.
25.
25 days. Why don't I keep saying 24?
I don't know. Because you're in Egypt.
So no, I'd like to cruise for a sustained period of time, but it would have to be on different ships. And AI is artificial intelligence, which is no match for natural stupidity.
Oh, we got an abundance of natural stupidity, haven't we?
We have. We've got loads of that.
We could bottle it.
We could. And Britain's ship saying yes is an excellent class ship like Iona and Ari. Yes. So so we're really excited about that. And Philip has confirmed that too. We're really excited about getting on Carnival. It's going to be, I think it's going to be very, very loud but enjoyable.
So I'm just reading that next question, which I'm very scared about, because if anybody's going to get taken
my opportunity for. Oh, yes. Hope so. Grace asking where's our go-to hotel at Heathrow. We've got a post on our website actually with all our hotels that we've stayed in.
It's just like an infomercial.
No.
CaroleandCarole.com.
Love to travel.
Love to travel.
We're staying at the Leonardo this time, but the last time we were there, we were at the Renaissance, which was very good, and that's got really good views of the runway. We've stayed at Premier Inn. Where else have we stayed? Quite a few. So we like to try different ones, but so far I think the Renaissance has been the favourite because of the views.
Yeah,
really.
And they got a good regular shuttle bus as well, which takes you straight to the airport.
Oh, there's an immigration tip. If you want to fly to States cruising, fly via Dublin. Wow, didn't know that. Right, let's just have a Emma loved to. I think we're gonna have to
You've got to do Ali and Mark's question just so we can have a good chuckle together.
We pack our gym stuff every time, and it stays in the cupboard. But maybe this time it'll be the first time.
And it comes back just as clean as it went in.
Kevin's going back to work. Thanks for joining, Kevin.
Cheers, Kevin.
And Emma's just saying, my dad's still so sad he doesn't know the magic trick. Yeah, that's right. Ian, like I said, mentioned Magic of Ian Shaw. Fantastic. And yeah, you don't know, and it does blow your mind. So if you get the chance to see him. No, you didn't.
It's magic.
Not those matches in your hands.
It's magic. That's how it happens. Of course it is.
Anyway, that's time. Unfortunately, it's just gone over the hour. So we are, like I say, next week. We're going to be doing our live on Tuesday next week, so we can catch up with you all before we go. We're hoping to do some when we're away, but obviously going to depend on Wi-Fi and 4G, etc. But so Carnival and Honda America. So if you've got any tips, message us on Instagram or Facebook or on here and let us know. So thanks ever so much for everyone for watching this evening. It's been brilliant as always. Let me just double check. There's so many, I can't get through them all up. So anyway, anything to add, Paulie Morgan?
Nothing at all.
So thanks again.
No, thanks. It's an absolute pleasure. And like I said, it just flies by. And as long as you keep coming, we'll keep doing it.
Exactly. So we'll see you next Tuesday, same time, 7 p.m. Bye for now.
Cheers.
You would never know where to put your thumb. No comments, please.